from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
This Christmas is the more the merrier as GUT Credit Union and Digicel Grenada Limited bring you Loan Pop-Up Saturday at the Grenville branch of the GUT Credit Union. Take advantage of amazing deals from Digicel while making your holiday wishes a reality with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. Visit GUT Credit Union Grenville branch this Saturday and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas.
This is Network News for Thursday, December 1, 2022. In the headlines, Dominican entertainer made to wait to know his fate. Grenada's Prime Minister and his cabinet declare assets. Another warning for Grenadians as the Christmas season approaches. Grenada's cyber security and response receives an upgrade. In around the globe, regionally, drafting of new legislation for gender-based violence commences in Guyana. Internationally, thousands displaced in Haiti as humanitarian crisis worsens there. Plus, in the sports news, in FIFA World Cup, Japan beats Spain to top group as Germany crash out with Belgium on their way home. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
From Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. What will the court decide? That decision hangs in the balance for Shane Edwards, a.k.a. Suki Brainburn, the Dominican entertainer. More details in this report.
It was back to Richmond Hill Prison for Shane Suki Edwards for a second time. His matter was put on hold until Friday, when a decision by the court is expected. The Dominican entertainer was at the St. George's No. 1 Court on Thursday, his second appearance in 4 days, after he was denied bail on Monday. He was charged for 1 count of indecent assault of a minor. Edwards was first represented in court by attorney-at-law Peter David. However, on Thursday, another attorney stood in his corner, Jerry Edwin. Edwin, however, declined a comment to the media following today's proceedings. According to a source, the judge will hear from the 14-year-old victim, who is presently off island via Zoom on Friday. The minor is reported to be a 14-year-old female Guyanese national living in Canada, however, was on vacation in Grenada at the time of the incident. Christina John, GBN News.
Well, approximately 5 months after taking the oath of office, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and his cabinet of ministers filed their declarations with the Office of the Integrity Commission on Thursday. Rita Pitt Thomas has more in this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell led the charge as himself and his cabinet members began filing the declaration of assets, income and liabilities today. The filing is in compliance with the Integrity in Public Life Act Section 12(1)(b) and 28(1) and 2. Apart from cabinet ministers, other persons filing declarations are the new members of Parliament and other new senior public officers as guided by the Integrity in Public Life law schedule. Prime Minister Mr. Mitchell says this process gives reason for one to look into their lives and earnings. However, one improvement he would like to see is the process becoming electronic.
I'll be honest, I think sometimes people are reluctant to do so. Sometimes they're worried about the confidentiality. And nobody likes to fill forms out, that's the truth. But at the end of the day, it's about your own integrity. If you are clear as a public servant that you have nothing to hide, and that over time you'll have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't worry about making the declaration. At the end of the day, as public servants, you are in positions of trust. You get into positions where you have sometimes considerable control over state resources, and it's important to assure the public that you are not using it to benefit yourself personally from it, or your family for that matter. And so from that perspective, the integrity is important for us as public servants to make sure that the public knows that.
The Integrity in Public Life Act also states that where a person in public life holds property in trust for another person, or she shall so state this in his or her declaration. Following his declaration, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, Joseph Andel, shared his thoughts with the media.
It's a very important process for strengthening the democracy, for ensuring that people who are in public life are held to certain high standards. And I think as leaders, we have a responsibility to set the tone in terms of ethics and morality in public office. So overall, I think it is a very, very good step. The commission, once it lives up to its mandate, I think will help to keep public officers up to the highest level in line, and to ensure that we stick to our mandates and that we are good custodians of the people's business.
Chairperson of the Integrity Commission, Lady Anande Chotman Joseph, explained the rationale behind the declaring of assets and liabilities. She adds that there can be serious implications should there be failure on one's part to do so.
The reason for this is a shield against corrupt behavior in office, because our commission here in Grenada is not a post office. Not only do we receive these declarations, but we go a step further. We carry out a compliance exercise. That is, we check to see what they are saying is true against what is in our public registry, all of our registries actually, and if there are any red flags, there's a red flagging or a green flagging process.
This will be the first time that members of the cabinet of the Deacon Mitchell administration are declaring their assets to the commission. Updating the declaration will be done at the request of the commission. Since the declaration of assets began in 2014, over 1,000 people have complied with the request. Christina John, GBN News.
Butchers and consumers are told to be careful about who and where they buy their livestock and meat from, as spurious larceny is still a prevalent issue in Grenada, especially during the festive season. Winiped Thomas tells us more.
Officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force are urging butchers to be mindful as to who they purchase animals for slaughter from for the Yuletide season, as it can lead to serious consequences. Rural Constable Gavin Colvin, attached to the Spurious Larceny Department, reminds the public that spurious larceny is still a plague for farmers, especially at this time of the year.
Right. Who butchers on a day-to-day basis, because it's a weekend during the week. Be careful and mindful of who you are buying animals from.
Yeah.
Because goats, pigs, sheep are very easy to be stolen around this time. And this is one of the things that we face with when coming to around Easter, Carnival and Christmas, animals being stolen. So we want to enlighten the butchers on purchasing animals. Know who you're purchasing your animals from. Don't just go about purchasing animals from any and anybody.
The officer said individuals who purchase their meat from the roadside should also take caution, noting that eating the meat of animals that are stolen can cause death, as these livestock are often medicated.
And the people who are going into fete as well for the Christmas, we need them to be very mindful as where they're eating because people say that people just spoil people with animals. People don't spoil people with animals. People usually give the animal medicine, and there's a very bad medicine which can result in death. If that animals is being given, if those animals have been given that medicine around that time, and these animals and them have been stolen, you purchasing or you thieving that person's animal and going to cook, it can cause death to a lot of other persons, because that medicine is very detrimental.
Officer Corvin adds that it is important to ask the question from butchers or individuals who are stealing the animals for slaughter.
We want to warn the public, especially the butchers and the roadside butchers. You may see, as you said before, question, who did you buy that cow from? Who did you buy that sheep from? Who did you buy that pig from, that goat from? Feel free to ask that question and inquire, rather than you go in and just buy, which sometimes you don't have the necessary means to take you to St. George's or Grenville to go to the abattoir. So you might see it on the side of the road and someone, so you need to be very careful where you purchase meat for this unitized season as well.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
On a global level, we are in the midst of tough financial times, dealing with the economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic and the impacts of the Russia-Ukraine war. It is important that these financial challenges are faced with the right attitude. The sentiment of Will Von Granger, Chief Experience Officer at Grenada Cooperative Bank.
We have to be positive, right? We have to have an optimistic point of view. Most important, because we don't want to add additional stress more than what is imported, right? And that is those external stress, as you mentioned, that it is actually some challenging times that we are going through. Inflation, we import inflation, so we know coming out of COVID, a lot of persons have reduced income or may have lost income entirely. And now we're going into inflationary pressures as a result of the Russia-Ukraine war. So people must remain calm. You have to look for opportunities within all of those crises. So, they said never waste a good crisis, so you do have to look for opportunities within that. But most of all, we have to remain positive and optimistic. That is key.
Granger says banks have been doing their part in creating awareness about money management, which is of paramount importance at this time.
From the banking perspective, we continue to monitor the environment, both internationally, regionally, and also locally. We encourage our customers in terms of to be prudent. At this stage is not the time to just go spending, anyhow. You have to be able to manage your income, right? Prepare a plan and stick with it. So that is key. You have to have a plan and just try to maintain that plan as best as possible.
This is Network News. Coming up from us, Cybersecurity Incident Response Team receives an upgrade. We'll talk about that.
Good morning, Grenlec Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill.
So what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house.
Well, I'll consider that.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
No, this is Christmas time. Celebrate in style. With furniture on, you can will make it with your one. With unsecured loans, reduce interest rates, win cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we're making, para playing, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
This Saturday, December 3rd, onwards lead to the National Stadium for the grand final of the 12th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout. From 7 p.m., third place playoff, Hurricanes SC versus Montreach SC. Then from 9 p.m., we get set for the championship game. Hard Rock SC versus Paradise International FC. Winner gets $100,000. After the games,
the after party.
It's the after party as we Alongside Vanessa Bling.
Give me good loving, yeah.
From Trinidad, Destra. From Grenada, Pinky Fabulous. Brighter Star, Born, and the Legacy Band. Admission $40. Main Pavilion, $30 secondary stand. And bleachers. See you at the National Stadium this Saturday for the grand final of the 12th annual Waikiki Super Knockout Tournament.
I love to bet and I love to ramage.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
Shop and win at Real Value this Christmas. Anyone spending $50 or more can win $5,000, $2,500, and $1,500 in cash and shopping vouchers. Simply place your receipt with your name, address, and phone number in the barrel provided. Promotion starts November 21st and runs until December 23rd with the grand draw of the morning of December 24th. Plus, anytime you use your Real Value Shoppers card, you can win day passes to Royalton, hamper baskets, wine, and more. Promotion runs from November 21st till December 30th. Shop at Real Value this Christmas.
What you want? This ain't what you want. 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna. I just wanna rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. Hit it once, no time. Set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides. And you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. That's my high. Give some love with trend. Bringing love for you this game. Communion show with that weekend. With gifts of love with
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Hello again. TMI Community College is sending off yet another cohort of young adults into society as it held its annual graduation ceremony at the Karani James Athletic Stadium on Thursday. Renaped Thomas reports.
Over 500 students from the T.A. Marisho Community College walked proudly across their graduation stage on Thursday evening as they collected their various associate degrees and certificates from the tertiary institution. The theme for the 2022 graduation was Charting the Path to Success in a Competitive and Challenging Environment. Principal of TAMCC, Ronald Bunton, in congratulating the students on their milestones, advised the students to learn from their mistakes and use the challenges they overcame for their success in the future. He also encouraged them to dream big.
Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to think outside of the box. Do not be afraid to dream and to dream big. But remember that dreams without goals are just dreams. Without action, discipline, consistency, and commitment, dreams alone will ultimately lead to disappointment. Have dreams, yes, but more importantly, have goals. Life goals, annual goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals.
Guest speaker for the event was Attorney at Law Derek Sylvester. In his speech to the graduates, he motivated them to continue to educate themselves in the field they are most passionate about and never let anyone make them feel worthless.
Not come overnight. In fact, it may seem like an impossibility at times, but this is when you need to dig your heels in, put your shoulders to the wheel, and keep pressing forward. You will see a difference, and you will make a difference. Giving up and giving in are not options. I charge you, therefore, go forth and make your mark in this world. Be kind, be genuine, be respectful, be loving. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Work hard and work consistently. Love your neighbor as yourself, and the circle of life will reward you.
With an average of 4.0, 2022 valedictorian Anthony Alexander, who studied natural sciences in the School of Art, Science and Professional Studies, spoke of how they can be part of the transformative agenda for the development of Grenada.
I truly believe that if we as a people are to really embrace the concept of transformation in a meaningful way, then we, the young people of this nation, cannot be left behind, but rather must play an integral part along the journey. We must first understand the desired goals, i.e. what we are transforming into or striving towards, internalize them, and then desire to be part of effecting meaningful change when necessary. Meaningful change is not a flex or simply surface actions that give the illusion of change, but must be truly transformative in a positive way. There is no better time than today to begin to examine this topic as we embark on the next highly important steps in our lives.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Now, the Cybersecurity Incident Response Team, CSIRT, now has an official website and a new logo. Details in this report from Beverly Telesford.
Cyber criminals have recently stepped up their game as victims continue to fall for their elaborate schemes through the web. Several Grenadians have in recent times fallen for a number of frauds and Ponzi schemes. As cyber criminals up the ante, so too has the Cybersecurity Incident Response Team, CSIRT, under the Ministry of Information and Communications Technology, ICT. On Thursday, CSIRT launched its official website, csirt.gov.gd. The aim of the website is to provide the public and security professionals with the means to report, discuss, and disseminate computer security-related information quickly, accurately, and efficiently.
As the ministry works towards its overall goal of establishing a national cybersecurity agency, there are several very important cogs and pieces that must be designed and implemented in this country's overall ICT ecosystem in the furtherance of this major transformative benchmark. The CSIRT logo and website is another component of this process.
That was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, Finlay Jeffrey. Jeffrey added that today's launch forms part of the government's transformative agenda of the ICT sector aimed at keeping the online community safe. During the launch, CSIRT's new logo was also revealed. Mr. Jervis Dabrio, ICT officer in the Ministry of ICT and member of the CSIRT team, described the contents of the new logo.
You will notice that it is no longer black. It now has cyan blue, which is the color of cybersecurity. The gear no longer has 8 teeth on it. They are now 9. Each one representing one of the 9 elements of digital citizenship. And that is what the CSIRT is all about. So whether it's access, e-commerce, keeping your money safe, online shopping, digital well-being, privacy, security, pertaining to the law, these are all things that we, in some way or the other, whether it's through awareness or through the information we put out, we have some part to play.
Developed CSIRT's website, while Mr. Tyrone Ragbasingh designed the new logo when he partook and won CSIRT's logo designing competition. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
The story to report: the government of Grenada is partnering with the Canadian government through Global Affairs Canada to further advance government's transformation agenda. Christina John has more.
The Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, MIT, has been appointed by the Cabinet of Grenada as a focal point to coordinate the Canada CARICOM Expert Development Mechanism Technical Assistance Initiative implemented by the Canadian Executive Service Organization. The program is fully funded by the Government of Canada through its international development arm, Global Affairs Canada, formerly CEDA. The proposed partnership seeks to provide technical assistance to both public and private sector organizations. Perron Johnson, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, highlighted some of the benefits to be had from this partnership.
Departments, ministries, and organizations can access CSO advisors who provide strategic advice in the area of training, networking, and even on policy-based initiative. This proposed partnership seeks to provide technical assistance in some of the following areas. These are strategic and policy development and implementation, operational efficiency and effectiveness, and visibility to include, among other things, building enhanced communication, good practices, and lesson learned.
This is a call for both private and public sector organizations to register.
The Government of Grenada, therefore, aims to leverage the experts available under this initiative to strengthen best practices within the public public and private sector, develop and implement policy directive, and improve efficiency of service. The Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation will therefore serve as a focal point for the CDM initiative here in Grenada. For further information, you are requested to register or email the ministry at registry@moit.gov.gd, or you can simply call us on 435-8665.
Departments, ministries, and the private sector will have access to advisors who will provide strategic advice, training, and networking based on identified areas of priority. The government of Grenada aims to leverage the expertise available under CCEDM to strengthen best practices within the public sector, develop and
Christina John reporting there. A religious minister's fundraising walk is creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
A religious minister will use 5 days in December to walk around the island as he seeks the public's help in restoring his church building.
Nigel Lindsay, Presbyterian minister at the Samaritan Church and the chaplain reverend to McDonald College and the Samaritan Presbyterian School, is requesting for the public's assistance in conducting some much needed repairs for the Samaritan Church in St. Patrick.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. This person said, "Why walk alone? Shouldn't it be a collective effort together with lay members? Think about his safety in this peak season too. It is not advisable that he walks alone." Junior said, "One of the problems with many churches is the aging population in them. Seems that many do not like change and are afraid of young people coming in with new ways of seeing and doing things in a manner pleasing to God." This person added 90% of the population are Catholic, therefore that fundraising walk is not needed. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
When we return, a report on a workshop on gender-sensitive communication.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle, push, take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky's falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Get it up to your inner move. Stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through. Nobody can get what you
Do you remember Donk Olympics? How about Carla dances soca? Little Boat's Big Trip? How about Omar's Jab Jab? Well, if you do, then this ad might just be for you. All these wonderful books and more, 13 of them all, were published by GND Schools Inc., a non-profit organization that works in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. We at GND Schools are getting ready to host a third round in our publication of children's books. We will soon be hosting workshops for both children's book writers and illustrators. You can have your work published in one of our books. Apply today.
For information on how to apply, email us at info@grenadaschoolsinc.com. GND Schools Inc., strengthening the foundations for early literacy.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies have catered for all the early shoppers. So, start your Christmas shopping now and avoid the rush. Visit Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies for your gift sets, toys for the children, hair care and body care products, along with your prescription and over-the-counter medication. Shop early and avoid the Christmas rush at Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies, Central Depredin Street, Guab, the corner of Victoria and Jubilee Street, Grenville, and Wall Street, Grand Anse.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200 and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500 and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100 and 200 watt solar floodlights, 3, 7 and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion center garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60 and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
The Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs held a 2-day workshop as part of its 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence campaign. It is aimed at sensitizing media workers and other stakeholders on the use of gender-sensitive language. Renaped Thomas has this report.
Members of the media, information officers in government and other stakeholders were part of a 2-day gender-sensitive communication workshop initiated by the Ministry of Social Development. The workshop aims to build awareness of gender issues and engage participants in the use of gender-sensitive language when publishing in the media. The initiative is part of activities planned for the Ministry's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence campaign. Minister for Social Development and Gender Affairs, Senator Gloria Thomas, says language positively or negatively influence gender equality.
Whether writing a social media post or disseminating news release, speaking at an event, or interacting with journalists or the public, it is essential to be aware of the ways in which language can enforce or subverts gender equality. This gender-responsive communication training is intended to provide the skill and techniques for communication practitioners to analyze and present facts, issues, and data from a gendered perspective.
President of the Media Workers Association of Grenada, Gerard Joseph, says the workshop is significant and timely towards improving effective communication. He encouraged media workers to make the best use of the opportunity.
It is the hope of the Media Workers Association of Grenada that such a workshop is not a one-off, but to include more and directly engage with those personalities who interact daily with ordinary Grenadians. The impact of such a workshop will be far-reaching, and we encourage all participants, whether within the media or otherwise, to truly implement the knowledge gained and share with their peers.
The workshop concluded on Thursday. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Okay, so this evening we see preschoolers already engaged in the subject of science. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Featured in tonight's eyesore are photos from the Christian Union Preschool's Science Fair. The preschoolers were proud to pose alongside their exhibitions. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
This is Network News. We'll be back to report the sports news and around the globe.
Experience data on the fastest, most reliable network. Our new Christmas specials are just for you, giving you the best value. Buy and stay on any Christmas plan and get 10 gigabytes any use data on us every month for a year. That means 10 gigabytes more every month for more music, more entertainment, and more sports. It's the Christmas that keeps on giving. Available exclusively on our new Christmas plans. Hurry in store today to get your 10 gigabytes in this limited time offer. Digicel, Merry Christmas.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
Hello, sporting fans. Belgium have been knocked out of the World Cup at the group stage as Croatia progressed at their expense with a goalless draw in Qatar. Roberto Martinez's side, who finished third in Russia 4 years ago and are ranked second in the world, have had a disappointing tournament with just one win and one goal in their side in their 3 matches. They produced another lackluster display against Croatia despite knowing victory was necessary to progress to the last 16. Substitute Romelu Lukaku had numerous chances in the second half, but his failure to convert any of them sealed his country's fate. Meanwhile, Morocco edged past Canada to top Group F and reach the World Cup knockout stage for the first time in 36 years. The Atlas Lions, whose previous trip to the last 16 came in 1986, finished above 2018 finalists Croatia, while Belgium, ranked second in the world, are out after finishing third in the group. A tough test awaits in the next round as they come up against 2010 champions Spain on Tuesday at 1500 GMT. Morocco went ahead after just 4 minutes, courtesy of a goalkeeping howler from Milan Bojan. The Canada keeper sprinted out of his goal but passed the ball straight to Hakim Ziyech, who lofted a cool finish into an open net from 30 yards. And Japan staged another extraordinary World Cup comeback to top Group E and finished the last 16, overcoming a stunned Spain side, who were fortunate to join them in the knockout stage. In a tournament that has been full of shocks, this was perhaps the most dramatic night so far, with Spain left relying on the results of Germany's game with Costa Rica for them to progress. All 4 teams had started the evening with a chance of progressing, but with Spain needing only a draw to qualify, they were not expected to need any favors from elsewhere. The result means that Germany have crashed out of the World Cup on a remarkable night of drama despite victory over Costa Rica. Japan's 2-1 win against Spain would have eliminated Germany anyway, but Hansi Flick's side needed 3 points to give themselves any chance of reaching the last 16. They completed their part of the bargain, but it was to no avail as the 4-time champions finished third in the group and were eliminated on goal difference. That is the sports news for now. The new draft of the Family Violence Bill will allow anyone, regardless of gender, to go to court and be granted protection, according to Attorney at Law Darshan Ramdhani in his address to a gathering, as consultations held by the Ministry of Human Service and Social Security began on Tuesday. More details from HGP TV.
The Ministry of Human and Social Service commenced consultations on the new draft for the Progressive Family Violence Bill on Tuesday at the Artichon Convention Center. During the consultation, it was revealed by Darshan Ramdhani, a civil lawyer attached to the Supreme Court of Guyana, that the first order of business as it relates to the bill was to rename the act from the Domestic Violence Act to the Family Violence Act. The new act will encapsulate all forms of violence between family members.
This will include violence between persons involved in intimate relationship, as well as other family members, extended family members, whether formally recognized in law or not.
According to Ramdhani, the current legislation's rhetoric, which highlights the concept of cohabitants, a man and a woman's relationship, has held the court back as it relates to protection. He added that the current act contains a list of persons who can apply for protection.
The new categories of persons who will be granted protection if this becomes law is almost anyone. Yes, and you do not have to be in a relationship. You could be courting, you could be visiting someone, and all of this, the LGBTQ community, it is hoped, will be caught under here.
Ramdhani explained that the language in the new bill is transparent, allowing anyone regardless of gender and sexual orientation to go to the court and be given protection.
Startling revelations are that over 19,000 containers entering Trinidad went unchecked by customs over an 8-month period at the port of Spain. However, senior customs officials say a lack of scanners and staff are to blame for what they call compromised efficiency. More from CNC3.
At the port of Spain,
for January to August, we scanned 3,998.
Out of how many?
Out of 23,000.
A disclosure that left members of the GSC whistling in astonishment, particularly because they were looking into how illegal guns enter this country. They did not hide their dissatisfaction.
I'm a bit disturbed.
I'm very disappointed in what I've heard so far.
Do you not accept that the word is not unfortunate, but the word is gross negligence on the part of the Customs Division? The fact is, it's being said right now, and the TTPS is taking licks for it, that illegal firearms are coming in through the legal ports of entry, and the major responsibility for that is Customs. What do you guys have to say for that?
In response to the criticism, the comptroller says,
"We are really trying. I know that is not sufficient. We have to get the job done."
But in their defense, the customs officials say they are in desperate need of new scanners, as most of what they already have are not working. And with a manpower shortage of over 300 officers,
human resources is a problem, is a major problem.
More than a year has passed since the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse, and his country still has not filled the power vacuum. Gang violence is escalating nationwide, with kidnappings and confrontations with police taking place every day. A severe humanitarian crisis has forced thousands to flee the country. More details in this report.
In Port-au-Prince, they shield their eyes from the beating sun, but it is not the sun that comes for them. Gladys holds up her hands, demonstrating what she had to do to save her life. This but one corner of the capital, but its crowded yard tells of a nation's turmoil. An outpouring of anger, frustration, fear. Almost half Haiti's population of 11 million people faces acute hunger.
We haven't eaten since yesterday. We have nothing to drink. We are suffering. Even our voice is gone.
Louis' wife and a child killed, others made quiet by their loss. 96,000 people displaced by gangs in the capital alone.
These people have been displaced not once but twice. First they fled gang violence in
Cité du Soleil, perhaps the most dangerous part of Port-au-Prince. They fled to a square opposite the airport, and then what happened is the authorities chased them out. So they came here to the city authorities hoping to get something.
We'll remind you of the headlines after this. We're about to leave you, but first, a reminder of the headlines. Dominican entertainer made to wait to know his fate. Grenada's Prime Minister and his cabinet declare assets. Another warning for Grenadians as the Christmas season approaches. Grenada's cyber security and response team receives an upgrade. In around the globe regionally, drafting of new legislation for gender-based violence commences in Guyana. Internationally, thousands displaced in Haiti as humanitarian crisis worsens there. Plus, in the sports news, in FIFA World Cup, Japan beats Spain to top group as Germany crash out with Belgium on their way home. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.